The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast platform, its affiliates, or even the hosts. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and should not be taken as legal, financial, or professional advice. The host and guests are not liable for any errors of omission in the content, nor for any losses, injuries, or damages arising from the use of the information provided. Listeners are encouraged to seek professional advice relevant to their specific circumstances. Now enjoy this.
Hey, what's up? That disclaimer be real serious.
Hey, y'all.
What's up, y'all? Hey, everyone. Welcome to
Hey, lady.
Healing Out Loud. Y'all, we like wrapping up the first season.
I know.
Right at the end of the year.
Yes. I'm excited.
It's gonna be real, this cool, laid back, kind of light show. You know, you never know. We might get deep. Who knows? We might not. But we just gonna start off on a nice, cool, mellow note. But who knows what'll happen? You know, might be crying before it's over. But you just never know.
I know, right? Who knows?
Who knows? So this is Healing Out Loud to wrap up the Q&A. So we're gonna have some questions. If y'all have some questions that y'all want to ask, and we will do our very best to answer them. To the best of our ability.
Absolutely.
But what we just definitely want to just shout y'all out for just rocking with us, for everybody that was tuning in every week, all the feedback that we got, all the positive feedback, because that's all we got since we started this thing. Like it was just nothing but positive
feedback. Been a lot of love.
It's been a lot of love.
Yeah. Yes. We appreciate you. We appreciate. But you know what? Since we're gonna just come out the gate, we're gonna start with Crystal's question.
Let's get into
it. Let's get into it.
All right. So if you guys have, obviously, if you are familiar with the podcast, you know I'm Perfectly Chris. Crystal. So, hello guys. Hello everyone. So I did a poll on Instagram, and I also sent out a text message to a couple people letting them know that we're going live today, and it's just a Q&A. We're not touching on any particular topic, but every topic. So if you have a question, just to send it to us, and like Michelle said, we will do our best to answer it. Now, there was a disclaimer right before we came on that said, get professional help if you need that help. We're giving you what we would do and maybe what we want to do, but what our soul probably tells us to do before our common sense pulls us back.
Right.
So this person shall remain anonymous because it's a pretty racy question. So, you know, to protect everyone's amenities, I will say that her question was, would you forgive? Okay, what if your husband cheated with the neighbor next door? Would you forgive him? Why or why not? Yes.
That's a loaded question. Go ahead, Gabe.
So that is definitely, like we talked about, a loaded question. There's a lot to that question. So the first thing would be, one, how was your relationship with your husband before he stepped out on you with the neighbor? How long have you guys been married? And 3 for me would be just, is he willing to go to marriage counseling?
Absolutely.
Are they still in relationship? Is he still connecting with this woman? Because that's very important. So without those things, I don't know if I could steer you yes or no. To me, anything marriage is kind of personal, and it is a for you to choose and decide. But any man that is sloppy enough to sleep with your neighbor, someone that lives in your vicinity, on your block, in your radius, I feel like I don't know if he's worthy of forgiveness. I know everybody should be, but in this moment, I'm thinking for him to have the audacity to do that to you, you beautiful flower.
That's right.
Where was his head at?
We don't do in the kitchen.
No respect,
Like,
right?
come on,
At
no.
all. He
No.
said the neighbor borrowed more than sugar. That's nasty work.
Yeah,
Indeed.
that is
It
nasty
is.
work.
It
Period.
is nasty work.
Period.
Indeed.
No.
Yeah, that's a hard. This took me back to a time, when I was cheated on. Might not necessarily have been the neighbor, but it was kind of close.
Yeah.
We broke up.
Yeah.
We was done. Like
Was the neighbor someone like?
It wasn't a neighbor. It was a
Oh.
friend, and the friend was staying at our house.
Oh hell no!
Oh yeah. Oh, Shell, they say you never do that.
Right, but that's when I learned. See, I was young and naive.
Yeah.
That was the very last time that I allowed a woman to ever stay in my house.
Home. Yeah.
I learned the hard way. I was in my 20s. I was naive. Oh, he ain't cheat on me.
Yep.
Because I am who I am.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, that was a whole. So yeah, that we broke up.
It's surprising you don't think
we broke up.
Needless to say, it was over.
We were done. I packed up and I moved out, left his box in the middle, I hope he ain't watching. Let me
check the viewers.
You know who you are.
Exactly. Come clean.
Yeah, but that was a husband, so it wasn't like that was a boyfriend. So
that was hubby.
That was husband.
Ooh.
So it's different when it's husband.
God, I'm so
cheating is bad, whether it's a husband or a boyfriend. But when it's husband, that's
And when it's with your friend, it's a different level of betrayal.
And the thing about it is that she wasn't even my friend. It was. See, I don't want people to know how stupid I was back then, but I was. It was a friend of his.
Wow. Oh, so she started out more than
I knew her, but I didn't know her. Let me tell you, I was heavy in the church at that time too. So I was
you was just helping the saints out.
Yeah.
I was just naive and just was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. So that was the thing.
It wasn't a loss. It was a lesson. You learned.
There you go. I learned. And life went on.
Yeah.
And that was that. So I don't know. I probably would. I don't think I could forgive that. I don't think
that's
I could
a lot.
Because a neighbor, we probably hey girl, that kind of thing. You've been speaking to me. You see me. You know me.
She knew what was up. She knew what was up.
And he knew what was up because he's the one that's responsible for that. I don't really hold her responsible to some degree. I do, but he's the one that took the vow. So you want to be messy and think that you could get away with something like that? You have no respect for me at all in this marriage. So why are we married?
Yeah, throw the whole husband away.
Period. All the way away.
That's the thing for me is like to do it so close to home, literally. And then whether I was cool with the neighbor or not, either way, like if I were to decide to stay, the average person doesn't have it to just up and move. And every time I look outside or look down the street or look across the street, it's going to be a constant reminder of the betrayal. A constant reminder. And so, like, I'm not a wife yet.
It's coming,
not a wife yet. But it is one of those things, like, it's layered, like, well, dang, like, there are a lot of different factors. Like, are there children? How long y'all been married?
Yeah, that's true.
Something that is he a habitual cheater? Is like every time you turn around, you constantly forgive him because of what he's doing? Yeah. And then how did this happen? Like, I'm asking everybody questions. Like, it would be a whole thing, but we would definitely have to, regardless of whether we stay together or not, I got to get the hell from off that block.
Right.
Because there's going to be problems every single time.
Absolutely. And now that we're on this healing journey, to me, if there's children, it doesn't even matter because if mom's not happy, the kids aren't happy. So if I'm playing this situation in my mind, it's driving me crazy and I'm just not who I am to my core because I can't trust you. I'm checking my phone. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Because really cheating can make a woman go crazy. When they're cheated on, you know what I'm saying?
Like, why? What happened was if it messes with you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And staying with the children is not healthy. You staying for the children. How many people you've heard say that? Oh, I stayed for the children.
Pretty much every
I was
generation
one of
before
them.
me.
Yes.
I was one of them. Yeah.
You're right.
I was one of them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me too. Stay for the children. Be unhappy with the children, but meanwhile, the children are miserable too.
Absolutely. They said, "Dag, Mom, it took you too long. We wanted you to been leave."
Okay. So you don't stay for the children, but you do, like Joanne said, you gotta forgive for your own peace. Yeah, your mama gotta be at peace. That's right.
Absolutely.
You gotta have peace. So I mean,
but guess what? Forgiveness, Joanne, does not mean reconciliation. Forgiveness is forgiveness.
That's true.
That's right.
And keep it pushing, and you can move on.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, some people do stay and with a person that cheat, and I'm not saying that a person cannot change,
right?
But like the circumstances behind it, like a neighbor, like that's
it's like, it's raunchy. It's raunchy.
What are you doing?
It is very
So you just not even caring about what's going on. I mean, you know, if you're going to cheat, I'm not saying go cheat. Take shit away from.
But not from home. I mean, have some decorum with your your betrayal.
With your betrayal.
Compose yourself a little bit.
Exactly.
Go around the corner with it.
Exactly.
Because now I'm thinking about get back.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about get back.
Oh yeah, I gotta get.
Now, I gotta get homeboys that been eyeing me.
I'm the queen of that.
Your brother.
That it could get.
Look. Pew pew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Christmas gonna be awkward.
Yeah. Look,
your
Chris.
Father, somebody.
It's going down. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast.
Did you just really? Our engineer in the back being funny, but so it's safe to say that mostly everybody is like, who's forgiving, who's staying, who's leaving.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can forgive that. Yeah, I don't know. Like that's a little hard for me.
Not where I am now in life, and my peace is worth more than any. I couldn't do it, y'all. I couldn't do it.
No, not especially not now. Absolutely, you cheat. I'm out the door. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are we doing this now?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't see a need for that. This is too much. You know, all these. You know, you connecting with all these spirits and stuff. Come on now, listen. Their energy on to me. Get out of here.
Soul ties.
Yeah, no, it's a little bit deeper than just I slipped up.
Look, I worked too hard on my coochie and my credit. Stop it.
My pH balance all off.
You know what I mean?
She said, I'm not mature enough to forgive yet. I feel you on that. I mean, and guess what? It takes time. It's like you're just not going to wake up and say, I forgive you. You got to process that stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. You got to feel it to heal it, honey.
And meanwhile, just get it out of my face. Like, I don't even at all. You know, when they cheat, they the most loving thing ever after that. So
not authentic. It's a mess.
Word.
I'm sorry. I'm never going to do it again. You're right.
Yeah. You ain't going to have a chance.
Not to me.
Not to me.
Exactly. Period.
Period. Exactly. So you got another good question, because that was a good one. Because
that was good.
I have a list of questions, but do you guys have any?
Well,
I got one question. It's kind of light, but
okay.
Where you guys are in your healing journey, is there something you missed? Is there something you miss about being on the other side of this when we were footloose, fancy free? Like, is there something you miss? Now that we're aware, we can't unlearn, we can't unknow. But what do you miss about being on that side where you didn't know? Ignorance was bliss. Go ahead.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Do I miss that?
Is there anything about those times?
I guess the only thing that I would say that I miss is the pettiness and the get back.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just
absolutely.
You do something to me, I'm gonna get your ass. I'm gonna get you. Like, you know. So now I think things through, and I'm like, no, I can't. You know, I gotta
That's good, Shell.
It's not going to be good for me. But yeah, I don't want to say I miss it, but sometimes I want to be on some petty shit and be like, oh, okay, this what we doing? All right.
Yeah.
I got to check that ass. I'm going to get
I feel you.
Yeah, so I would say that. But I'm glad that I'm not that because, you know, it takes a lot of energy to be that. You know what I'm saying?
It does. It does.
But sometimes.
Girl.
Yeah, because yeah. What about you, Chris?
Go ahead, Chris. I see you over there mulling over it.
I think the same thing. I miss I miss kind of like that. Like I don't give a shit. Like I miss that whole kind of like approach to it. I still feel that. I still feel that, but I just know that it's not like mature to stay there. Yeah. Like especially like for me. But I'm gonna be honest, I think that might be the only thing because even though I had happy moments, I was like really miserable. I would never want to go back to life prior to August of last year ever again.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah.
That's dope.
That's dope.
That's
for me. I'll piggyback off both of y'all. It is the you know, I'm Scorpio all day. It is the get back, and it is too also the being able to, I don't know, because I didn't know, I would almost kind of skip over my feelings a lot of times. So I would walk around with this kind of this mask of happiness, but I wouldn't feel what was happening on the inside. Yeah. So sometimes I miss that though, because having to go through the feeling of it all to heal it all, it can get dark. It can get dark. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
That's so true. There's a lot of people in the chats.
What they saying?
Pure aromatics. I miss speaking my mind. Now that I'm spiritual maturing, I hold my tongue so much. That I can relate to.
Yeah.
And I think Joanne had a question about, she said, do you think that people that get cheated on and do nothing are weak? No, I wouldn't say that they're weak.
I do feel like they lack a sense of self-preservation and self-care. Because self-care kind of takes you to the point where you don't allow people to do just anything to you. You know, there's levels of what you allow. And to me, if you allow that and you don't face it head on, because there are women that know it and won't even speak on it. They'll be in the relationship, they'll know it, and they'll just kind of everything is quiet. But I do feel like a woman that's self-aware, that has self-preservation, and that has her self-care on lock, she won't allow certain things. So, but never weak. I wouldn't deem anyone weak because of that.
Exactly. And I was say
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead, Chris.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about this maybe yesterday, how when I had a memory of something from a past relationship, and I was just asking myself, like, oh my God, like, why did I allow myself to live through that? Like that type of neglect, that type of like, I was like ghosted like every other month, or every month rather. It was just crazy. And I was thinking to myself, like, why would I allow myself to go through that? And at the time, like, just thinking, I wasn't someone who was like, I didn't think I had low self-esteem. Like I was doing, like, I really started my self-care practices at that time. And I wasn't like, binging crazy. I wasn't doing anything that was could be perceived as having a lack of self-love or value for myself. After I came out of it, after like my eyes were open to a lot of the actions and experiences that had taken place, I realized that in that moment, there's absolutely no way I could even value myself a little bit to endure the things that I had went through. And that's because I had no real self-awareness. Wow. I knew what I wanted, and I knew what obviously wasn't abuse or neglect, but I wasn't aware of myself truly and brave enough to speak up for myself in order to say, I'm leaving and not coming back. Or if you want me to stay, there needs to be change because this is completely not right.
Absolutely.
It was like just like a lack of bravery to fight for me, but not really weak, because I really did pull myself up out of a lot of those moments by myself, because who the hell was going to do it? Not his ass.
Come on.
Not him, who was,
Right.
beating me down in different ways. But yeah, no, never weak. Never weak. A lot of women in those situations are actually really stronger than they think and know, more than a lot of people.
Absolutely.
To endure such harsh stuff and still just be going,
Yeah, because you stay in those situations, and to me, that takes strength to even sit in that situation and be okay. Like, are you okay?
Yeah.
No, because how can you be okay? Because then it's like it does chip away at your self-esteem to some degree.
It does.
The trust you have now, you're dealing with the trust issues and things like that. So yeah. So no, not weak, but at some point, I'm quite sure she figures it out.
Yeah. I just want Leo said, I have all these fucks to give. I have to give all these fucks now.
She said
she misses not caring. And I get that. I get that.
Because even when you say I don't care, you kind of do. Like, yeah, you do.
You do. That's funny.
It is. So I miss when I didn't know. This is Tay. I miss when I didn't know the knowledge regarding soul ties and energy exchanging during sex.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because then you can't get your boogie on the way you want to.
Yeah, right. You can't just be like, I'm just going to get my shit on.
You can't get a little munch now.
That's
really?
True.
You don't walk into the light.
The awareness makes you look. Mother Teresa, you be like, I can't have sex with nobody. Goddamn.
My cousin called me because I talked to him today, and he was like, "What you do for your birthday? You ain't get." I was like, "No, I didn't get nothing." What do you want to do that? What are you talking about? He was like, "What is your birthday? You're supposed to be in your birthday suit." I'm like, "Really?" No.
Look, wake up needing to do shadow work because he done tripped.
Exactly. Because when it's over, now what? I'm like, damn, y'all, why I do that?
Yeah. Well, for one night stand,
you wake up. Real what Tasia said, because
you
for
like, real.
Just need to get a little itch.
Yep.
Let me go.
Yep. You just want that itch scratched.
Right.
But now,
he has too much self-reflection to do.
You gotta sing. Can I call you Rose? And turn it on. That's it.
Okay.
Turn it on.
And then wake up and you happy with yourself the next day.
That's all. That's all.
That's
That's actually an exercise of self-love.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
For everybody, but I mean,
I used to always say that. Can't nobody love me like me, period.
How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. Wait, what's this one? If you could take one, what did I do? If you could change, this is kind of like this is what you asked. It's like, if you could change one thing from your past, what would it be? So it's kind of like the same thing.
Not really, though.
But not really. I mean, you can kind of
look. My question was like, if you weren't aware, like we're aware, we're on this healing journey, we're healing out loud. That question is basically saying, from your past, what would you eliminate? That's a good question.
That's true. Okay, well, yeah, that's a good question. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Who wants to go first?
I think you mean like an action, like, or an experience, like something,
anything, like anything that you feel like maybe hindered you in your growth. What did Bree say? Being too understanding to the point of people taking advantage of me. Oh, okay.
Wow. Say that again, Shaw.
Being too understanding to the point of people taking advantage of.
That's one of our comments.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
What would I have changed? I would have changed that part of me that was a people pleaser. Because that was work. That's like work. Spending all your time trying to please people and forsaking what you know, your inner man. forsaking your inner man to prove something to other people that really don't matter in the grand scheme of things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I would change that part of me that felt like I had to do that all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think I would change. I used to have a fear of being seen. And it prevented me from chasing after my goals, my dreams a lot.
Yeah.
Opportunities that I could have taken just out of the fear of that. I would have went against the fear and just did it anyway. The only way that I was okay with being seen was when I showed up for other people. But it was when I showed up for them in ways that I wanted people to show up for me. So then with, the narrative I gave people, I'm like learning even still now how to undo this storyline of like me being this certain person when I was really just wanting to protect the way I wanted to be protected. Yeah. So I would change that. I think I would step outside of fear, be seen for things that feed my soul instead of worrying about others.
So basically you would pop out and show niggas.
Okay, so for me, it would be the need for attention, always seeking attention all the time. And it wasn't, and sometimes it could be for the wrong things, like just having to be the center of attention all the time. And that was hard for me to get out of, because even now, I still kind of pull myself back, like, okay, it ain't got to be all about you, Michelle, in this moment. So let somebody else have the floor. But for me, I didn't really know how to do that, because it was like I needed to be the center of attention. So I just would be the loudest in the room. You can hear me, and that's not always a good thing, because now you're the big loud ghetto girl. You know what I mean? So you don't want to be that. So dressing provocatively, so people could look at me. So those kind of things with attention seeking. So that was definitely something that I wish I could have eliminated.
That's good. That was good. That was good, y'all.
Wait, what did Joanne say? Saying yes to major moves I didn't want to take. Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
That's wake that up, Joanne.
Wow.
That's a good one. That's right along with that people pleasing. Saying yes when you really want to say no.
Yeah, and what Tay say, from the past, I would change letting men determine my self-worth. Ooh, yeah, that one too. Yes, that one too. That one too. But yes, Lady D, being a people pleaser, it is hard work. That's hard work.
Look, I'm on that thing had me tired. I used to be tired.
Yes.
And you talk about crash out, because that's popular now, calling people a crash out. That is how you crash out. Because when you get to the point when you are tired of worrying about other people's feelings, are they upset with me? Do they like me? Do they need anything? Is this okay? What can I do? I gotta be over here. I gotta be over there. And when you get to that point, it's like you have an internal snap.
You do.
And then it's like you can either shut down or you start going off, acting irrational.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. And those are hard things to just get out of. You find yourself sometimes still doing it. You're like, but thankfully we're aware now. Because we are doing the work. So when it's happening, like, okay, wait a minute, I'm doing that thing. So let me chill out.
I have to remind myself my no is a full sentence with a period at the end.
That's it. That's it. Not if I say no, how I'm gonna feel. I remember saying that. I think what was, and Leah was like, let them people feel how they're gonna feel. And I was like, you're right.
Yeah.
Because I'm worried about, I don't want anybody to feel bad if I do XYZ. And if they do, that's on them, not you.
Absolutely.
Because your intentions are not bad, or your intentions are not there to hurt anyone. So
right.
You can't worry about what other people are going to feel by what you're doing.
Yeah.
And
it's just like people to always put their things off on you. I had to start learning how to figure it out. Wait, this ain't my shit. This is hers. She just put that on me like a blanket. Like, you know what I mean? Take that back.
It's so true. No, you take that, right.
Yeah.
Y'all, we got to go to breaks. So, we get to talking. It'd be 30 minutes in. So
I know, right?
We come back with some more questions. It's fun. I like this.
That's right. We'll be back, y'all.
All righty.
Lunar Love by Denise, where everything is handmade in small batches. You can reach me at my Etsy website or at my email address and place your order. I'm also known as Lady D. Thank you.
Tired of the same old motivational speaker? Well, unlock your full leadership potential with Penny Owens. Through storytelling and real-life obstacles with real-time solutions, you'll heal your inner child, expedite the learning process, highlight your strengths, and soar to the next level. Using my keynotes, Depression Ripple, and Purpose Power Infusion, I tackle the underlying issues that keep you from being where you want to be. Join the many who have changed their lives after hearing me speak. Go to www.pennyowens.com.
Tap into your essence with a Divine Essence candle. Candles that soothe your soul and balance your chakras. Each candle has an affirmation inscribed on each jar to help you stay grounded, create balance and harmony. Use code DE20 for 20% off your first purchase at divineessence.us.
And we are back.
Hey, y'all. Sorry. All right.
Ready?
So if you're just joining us, yes, let's get it back together, girls. Let's get together.
Normally there's another.
And we are Q&A-ing today, y'all. We can ask the questions and answer the questions.
Fun.
And I'm loving all of the feedback in the chat. It's so dope. So who got the next question? You got another one?
I do have some questions here.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was looking down because they were written.
So why you got to put on blast, RG? Come on, we all see that. You know what?
Excuse me, guys. Sorry.
RG shenanigans. It's the end of the year. It's okay, Archie.
It's okay. It's the end of the year.
Okay. So one of the questions is, when it comes to love, how do you separate I'm in love from I love you?
I like that. I love you could be, something as simple as I love my little dog, my dog. Yeah. I love my dog. I love my puppy. I think in love is more of it's an emotional thing. Like you're super tied in with those emotions, and that person or whoever that is, it doesn't necessarily have to be a partner or a man or a woman. I think because I'm in love with my children. You know what I mean? So it's the emotions. To me, it's an emotional attachment to that thing. Yeah, that is the difference for me.
Okay. Now, for me, I feel like the emotional attachment just comes with my love. Okay. That emotion, because I feel that emotional attachment to y'all. You know what I mean? Right. Okay, but I feel like when I am in love with a person, I always tell my husband, that feeling you get, that butterfly, that good feeling. Yeah. That to me helps me determine, are we still in love? Like, you gotta get corny, but it's like, okay, boo, you still do that thing to me. All right. Yeah. Yes, and it's not even sexual. It's just a good, warm feeling, and it makes you feel protected and safe, and just all those good feelings. You know what I mean? Yeah. What they call them, stars, bells, and whistle, all that stuff.
Butterflies and all that.
Yeah, there you go.
I remember when I was in love, and then that feeling was gone, and it's like,
But guess what? We'll also learn, and Shell, you can attest to this. Shit, Crystal too. Even though you're not married, those feelings come and go. Oh, do y'all agree?
Okay, yeah, that is true. They come and go. You'll always be having butterflies because they might piss you off.
Come on.
And them butterflies is not gonna be fluttering.
Yeah. Because we've had some seasons, honey.
But I do think that it does dictate how you move, though. Because you know, okay, I still love you. I'm in love with you, but you on my nerves.
Yeah,
right now. So because you know, when you're not in love with someone, I'm gonna curse you out. I'm gonna talk about your mama, everybody else, because I don't care anymore. So it's like,
for sure,
that's over.
Bree said something in the chat, y'all, before y'all go.
And love is deeper.
Connection. Agreed.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I would say that too. Like loving someone is really just that. Like, I love you. I care for you very, very deeply. And like being in love is like, even when you get on my nerves, I'm still gonna make sure you're good. I'm gonna make sure you're taken care of. Like, I may need a minute, but it does, there are a lot of other things that tie into that too. Like one of my girlfriends, I call her my soulmate, because like our bond is really, really like that. And so like, I wouldn't use the term like in love with her, but I would say it like this. Let's say I had somebody that I'm really cool with, right? And maybe we're on the outs. I mean, I don't really want to be for anybody, but if I have an issue with her, I'm going to fix that ASAP.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure, because it's like, you know, I care about you really deeply. I care about our connection. And even if we have to agree to disagree, I care about this bond because I care about you so much, and I'm concerned about what bothers you, because I love you.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
You know, like that.
It makes a lot of sense.
And the same, like, you know, in a relationship, like you could love somebody, but then it's like when I'm in love with you, it's so much more beyond that. It's even when I can't stand you, I'm concerned about you. My concern for you drives me to make sure you good. Yeah.
That sums it up.
Yeah.
Hope we answered your question.
there are a few more. These I had to write these down. Because I can't go in and out. But there's one about childhood. I mean, not childhood, child raising. So you ladies, maybe your parents. Okay, so this one they just told me, so I can remember it. What do you do if you have a teenager who feels like they know everything, but they know nothing, and they're going down the wrong path? Like, how do you still parent effectively? But it's like, I mean, you can't tell them shit.
A teenager, that's hard though, because they're still under your care. Like, you still have to take care of these little so-and-sos. You know what I'm saying?
So with that, I would say this. For one, always give yourself grace. There's no handbook on parenting, right? And each child comes with a different set of stuff, right, Shell?
Absolutely.
We can attribute to that. I would also say, I have older children that now say to me, Mom, you were right. So they might not get it in this moment, but at some point they get it. Now, where you go to the effective parenting, I feel like sometimes you have to call in your village. And I rely heavy sometimes on my village. Even Crystal's fiance, like I had him even talk to my son who is 16 and thinks he knows everything, knows absolutely nothing about life. But I mean, he just, you know, but with that, you know, I called in reinforcement because sometimes you need the village. So rely heavily on your village if you have one, you know?
And that's really, really important, because most times your kids won't even listen to you, and you can say the same exact thing that someone else said. And you're like, I'm just talking. But they that's what I just said. But they will hear it from them before
and it's golden.
Yes.
And that's how they treat it. They be telling you like you ain't just say that last week.
Right. And then you gotta be like, all right, well, as long as they're getting it,
that's
doesn't
it.
matter if I said
that's all that matters.
And that's something that I had to learn, because I was like, that's what I said. You want to hear what I'm not mad. But when I was saying it, so you know, I learned. Yeah, I think it's trial and error. You know, we don't. There's no handbook for this thing. So, and each child is different. You can't do the same thing with each child.
You cannot. No. You cannot.
It's no way. It's no way that you can do, no matter how hard you try. But then now you got the issue. Well, you didn't. That one, you didn't make him do that, or you didn't make her do that. Then you got to deal with all of that. So I just think that you just have to be, you know, you have to be stern and firm.
Yeah.
And to be honest, you have to show respect to your children. That was something that we grew up with. They do as I say, not as I do, kind of thing, right? So you have to show respect for your kids.
You do,
because if they don't feel like you respect them, they're gonna act out. They really are. Because I think it sounds crazy because it's like, what? Why do I respect a teenager? No, you do. You have to respect your children
because they're people.
Because they are people. You have to give them an opportunity to speak. How are they feeling? You want to know why they're acting the way they act. And I know it's hard sometimes, especially when they are acting a damn fool out here in these streets. It is not easy. It's not easy because they don't want to have those conversations with you about how they feeling. I know my daughter was like, "Ching, all that what feeling?" I don't want to talk about that.
Right.
Good. So if you can get a handle on them, I think that we grew up. I know I grew up raising my children from a space that was angry. So a lot of things I didn't know. I wish I could have gone back and done over, but
me too.
Learn, so we can give advice now from what we didn't do.
Absolutely. So and helpful. Then even from a space, I was like a child raising children. I was a teen mom. So you come from that place, you pulling from everywhere. Like, hold up, let me get something because you don't know nothing. You don't know
nothing. And you feel like you're missing out on stuff. Like everything. I'm a mother, I want to go outside.
Yep.
I used to be trying to figure out who's gonna watch my girl. I gotta give me a babysitter. I mean, I was 20 when I had my first son, but I was still young, and I wanted to be outside. I'm
outside, not in.
You gonna watch these kids?
Yeah.
Now the girls outside with the babies.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's not something. And that was something that I never did that. Like my mother wasn't having that. Yeah,
mine either.
Yeah,
mine either.
You're not doing that.
That's not how we was raised.
You ain't going nowhere if you're not going nowhere. That's the end of it. Like it was, you have this baby, you're gonna be here with this baby.
It was for me. Where you going with that baby? I thought the baby was mine.
Right.
Where you going with that baby?
Well, my mom used to be like, you better make sure they're asleep.
Oh yeah. Well, before she babysit.
Go sleep. Go sleep. So I can get out the door. And then coming home from hanging out and they wide awake and now I'm tired. And I gotta be their mother. Oh yeah. It ain't listen.
I be one eye open on them. Sleep. One eye.
So what Joanne said, she's glad her mother gave her that respect. Yes, absolutely. Because they are people. They're just because they're younger, they are still people. And absolutely. I think a lot of parents need to consider that when they're raising children.
I agree.
Yeah, seriously. Like you have to respect your children too. Like my kids' grandmothers be like, oh, they don't need to have a voice, you just need to listen. No, you can't do that.
Right.
You have to be able to speak. You can't just shut them down. And I'm guilty of doing that. Shut up.
When you do that, you be careful about shutting your child's voice off, because when that older cousin tries to do something to them, that voice is shut off. They're not going to come tell you, oh, he molested me or he touched me or he did this to me. So be very careful about shutting that voice off in your children.
Right.
They need that voice.
They need it.
So I have a question, ladies.
Okay.
With the change in your life, like, doing the work on yourself, like healing from a lot of traumas and that, happened as you were a child or maybe even in your adulthood, with change in one area, if it's effective change, there will be change in pretty much every area.
Absolutely.
So with that, there's a change in relationships. Now, whether it be your healing journey or a lifestyle change, how did you handle the change in your relationships?
That's interesting because
that's a good question.
As you grow and as you evolve, you no longer want to be a part of certain conversations. It's just doesn't even feel good anymore. Like it's just like, so that's hard because you want everybody to grow with you, but everybody doesn't always grow with you. And sometimes you're made out to be the bad guy because you're growing and they're not. So that's that still is hard for me because you know you have to sometimes leave people where they are.
Yeah.
And you know, those are relationships and those are people that you love.
Yep.
Even family, like it's family, friends, or whoever. It's hard. But as you grow, it's like there's no way that you can stay. There's no way that you can stay because it doesn't even feel good anymore.
It doesn't.
It doesn't feel good anymore.
And maybe they're growing too.
That's what I was going to say.
Together.
People who are supposed to be around will grow along or will at least respect it. Yes, I agree.
Right. Because for me, it's a little different. I still have even family members that I love and care for dearly. And I haven't had to really cut everybody off. There is a lot of them that's cut off. But there's still a core group of my family that I care for and love so much that even though we don't share this same walk as far as our journey, there's a mutual respect.
Yes.
So I don't have to overly explain myself. Some things they just know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a good feeling to know that people love you enough to respect you on your journey, your unique journey. And nothing like their journey, but it's your unique journey, and they respect, you know, you and how you moving now. You know what I mean? I'm moving very different than I've moved in the past, and some people will make you feel so bad about that. It's horrible.
That's the messed up part
it's
about
horrible.
it. I mean, everybody's not cut off. It's just that, you know, we're not doing the same things that we always did. But I can still rock with you. I can still even hang out with you. But you know, when it comes to certain things, I don't want to do that no more. Yeah, I don't want to do that. But some people you got to cut off. You just got to cut off.
You do.
They just got to go. They got to go.
You do. Because some people are still stuck in toxic and they're still stuck. Right. You know what I mean? They really don't even know how to come up out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can't dwell in that place any longer. So
no. And when a person sees your growth as something bad or something that, oh, you think you better than me, or you think you all of this, or who you think you are, that's when, you know, you got to be like, okay, well, yeah, no, we're just not a good fit anymore.
We're not aligned. Bye-bye.
Yeah, at all. That's how you feeling.
Yeah.
What Bree say, y'all?
She said, I feel like the people who are supposed to be around will grow along or will at least respect others, just gotta go. Right. Yeah. Danny said, I've outgrown people and situations. Absolutely. Yeah.
Danny too. Shout out to Danny, because Danny, even though she outgrew the people versus the situation or the situation, she bowed out gracefully. You know what I mean? She did it with grace, with style and grace. I like that. I like that.
Yeah. And that's what it is. And Joanne said her communication got smaller and separated. Sometimes you do have to separate yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. Most times.
Well, most times you do. You do. Yeah. Somebody on the Instagram side said, cut them off with no explanation. Ooh, she's like, you gotta go.
Yeah. That was, of course, the action that I've always taken. I've always kind of taken just separating myself. But as I began to heal, like I realized that that's actually not healthy. And it's not healthy for like the other person. For me personally, I don't want nobody to feel like, for me personally, right? But I would say like that was probably one of like the most maybe like heartbreaking parts about growing is like looking around and, you know, seeing things like, damn, like stuff is different. But I also know that I'm in a place where it has to be all flow and no force.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
That's not for me. I just need God to give me like the peace and the discernment to move forward. But that's the only thing. Like I don't think we talked about regretting stuff or what we would change or what we miss. I think I miss connection, but I also don't miss at the cost of it, because now being in a healthier, happier place, I don't have certain people that I would have expected to be around to celebrate it with me.
Yeah.
It's eye-opening, which is really sad. But on the other hand, it's like, it kind of is what it is.
Wake that up.
It kind of is what it is.
It is what it is.
And that's what it is.
Yeah. At the end of the day, at the beginning of the day.
Okay, after you get rid of that.
Shoot, that was good.
Okay, one thing you're leaving in 2024. You know, I don't do all the freaking.
Oh my God. I wish I could leave this BMI.
Oh,
Jesus, I've been trying to get it together. I have a plan. I got a plan. One thing I'm leaving, honestly, irresponsibility when it comes to my goals. I haven't been fighting for my goals the way I should have been, and that's buried right now.
yeah.
That's buried right now. We won't even need a service for it. It's just done. It's done.
All right, so you know we're gonna hold you accountable.
Oh yeah, we got you.
Please do. Please
We
do.
got you. Yeah.
We're gonna hold you. For me, procrastination. Like I've been saying it all year. Procrastination.
Oh yes, yeah, we on that ass.
I've been saying that all year. Especially when it comes to writing and things like that, because you know, just with Nikki Giovanni just passing away, it was like, man, that thing hurt my soul. And the fact that I was in a space with her, and and even from that time, I was like, I was 2020, and I'm like, yeah, I was motivated. I'm gonna write, man. I was, and now with her passing away, it just brought it all back, and I was like, I was not on it at all.
Yeah. I saw what you posted. That was powerful for even to be in that close proximity with.
Man, that thing was amazing, and she's such so dope. Like, oh my God,
wow,
so dope. Her. And I told you with Chris, I was like, I love the way that you write. I love the way you put words together. And it's like I sit back and I go, I want to do that.
Yeah,
I want to do that,
and you can, and you will.
And right, it's in me, so I don't have to sit back and be like, okay, that was nice what she put there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, procrastination is evil. That's a demon.
It is.
So 2025, I'm letting that go.
Come on.
Letting that go.
Right.
Period. What I'm leaving in 2024 would be just irresponsibility. I was like spoiled all my life. My father spoiled me, and a lot of times adulting for me is like so challenging. So I am going to, and I want y'all to hold me accountable. It is. I'm serious. And a lot of women my age won't speak to this, but I mean, I've had like shopping addictions and different things like that. I'm not good with my money. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Just horrible in certain areas.
Especially when it's a painkiller.
Huh?
Oh,
especially when it's a painkiller.
Oh yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. When that Target run help you woosah, come on.
Yeah.
You be in here like stress go away. Let me buy this $20 candle.
I was gonna say something. I'm like, this is the TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Queen right here, Home Goods. Mm-hmm.
One of our soul care sisters, she had an event where she did essential bags for women. Y'all, I didn't have to go to the store and buy one thing. I went in my closet. When I tell you I had from pads to face mask, everything, and the bag was heavy and filled. It was just like, so I'm going to be no nonsense about getting myself on the right track in 2025. Mm-hmm. Y'all hold me accountable.
Yes,
Accountability.
We're going to hold each other accountable for real.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Yes, we will. So what y'all in the chat? Y'all got some stuff that y'all leaving in 2024?
Hey, Jazz.
Come on.
He said hit that like button. That's right, show.
Okay.
Period.
Oh, Joanne said procrastination is slow moving. Yes, girl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what, Joanne? Slow moving isn't that bad. I had to learn that too. I feel like I rushed for at least 35 years of my life. Now I slow move with intention. So if you're slow moving with intention, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
like that.
That's a luxury too. I think as what they say is like as Black women, like we don't get to really experience slow mornings and a regulated nervous system because we're almost programmed to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you move slowly but with intention.
Yeah. You good.
Agreed. And just, sitting around and sometimes just not doing anything. That's like, you feel like you're supposed to be doing something.
Yeah.
Why? Like, why can't you just not do something for that moment? Take an hour and just sit.
Absolutely.
We don't do
what
that.
They say?
Right, slow moving with attention. She said she loved that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bree
Bree
said
said
always
always
being
being busy. Yep. And you were just speaking on that, Shell. Just
And then, right. As long as you know, I feel like being busy is not bad as long as you're not a busy mess.
Yeah. My dad used to call me a busybody. You such a busybody. You always doing, but really, he meant you ain't doing nothing, but you running around in circles acting like you're doing stuff.
Ain't doing nothing.
Busy doing nothing.
Take some time and smell the freaking flowers. You know, we got to do that.
Yeah.
Just sit.
That's for sure.
Do. Yeah. Bree said, in my childhood, I was always stuck in the house. So now I feel like I always got to be somewhere.
Bree do be out. Bree, slow down, Bree. Slow down, Bookie.
Bree.
Yeah. No, but I feel her though. Sometimes it's like that when you feel like you got to catch up on everything you missed out on or something like that, you know?
She said, Jazz said, I'm leaving giving F's in 2024. I know that's right.
Yeah.
Period.
I know that is right.
Yeah.
Period.
We talked about that earlier.
Yeah. Exactly. So Bree feels like if you sitting in the house, she got to go somewhere.
Yeah, like she missed
I love being at home. Like I don't mind.
Oh my gosh.
I love being at home.
I love being at home too.
Me too.
I don't have to. Sometimes I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I'm gonna stay home.
And God, don't let it be a rainy day. Come on.
Oh, please.
Come on. Where the onesies at?
I gotten dressed to go out, ready to go, and be like, I ain't going
nowhere.
I love a canceled plan.
I know that.
We said she ain't missing out on nothing.
Nothing at all, girl.
Mm-hmm. Listen,
nothing at all.
As long as you I feel like if you taking time for yourself,
and
it doesn't always have to be about, I got to go do something. You got to just slow down. You do have to slow down sometimes.
You do slow it down.
Mm-hmm. Slow it down.
Yeah. Remember, we're the
social is cool, but having that balance is better.
Yeah, absolutely. Because remember, guys, we're the culture that if you sitting still for a minute, you're lazy. You know what I mean? That dumb mantra, I'll get rest when I die or something they be saying.
I'll sleep when I die.
All that goofy stuff.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And that's crazy. But
yes.
We got time for one more question.
Do you guys have I have a few more written down. I can
okay, well let's knock those out.
Okay. All right. So if you know your partner, should you just shut up when they say they're fine or keep asking what's wrong until it's solved?
I have a limit. I'll ask you maybe once and half of twice. But if you're still rejecting my offering of, can we talk about it? What's wrong? Then sometimes maybe they should figure it out on their own. Does that sound mean?
No, it doesn't. I think that you offer. You okay? You good?
Yeah.
And I think that you just offer that space for them. If you want to talk about it, I'm here.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, I don't feel like you just keep asking, what's wrong? Because now you're making it about yourself.
Exactly.
If you're like badgering them to tell you what's wrong.
Yeah, that's your trauma. Sit down.
That's a trauma response. Like one is to always like, I want to fix it because you're afraid of what that person's actions against you might be and where that will leave you. No, it's somebody else's responsibility to use their words and tell you what the problem is.
What's wrong?
You ask what's going on. Unless you're in immediate danger, you don't want to talk about it. It's your responsibility to let me know if there's an issue.
That's it.
I agree.
Yeah, because it might not be anything that has to do with you. Maybe someone's like, for me, when I get off work, I need to decompress or I'm no good.
Yes.
I really need to decompress. And it may come off like, I don't want to be bothered because I don't, but it's not I don't want to be bothered with you. And it could be like one of those things. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Definitely. So don't be trying to shove all your everything onto them.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk right now.
Yep.
Yeah. Bree said they will open up when they're ready. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I know that feeling, like, you feel like, and I've been in that space where it's like, well, dang, why are you not talking to me? Like, what's wrong?
Me too.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah,
it is.
Like, I don't want to go through all that.
Yeah.
I got one time I asked, and that's just not even your partner. Like my if I see, because I can read a person's face, I know there's something wrong. And if I say you good and you say yes, okay, then I'm
That's
gonna
it.
let you be good.
Carry on.
And you will speak up if you need to speak up. So I will give you that.
Yeah.
So so no, don't be on them. Just let them be.
I agree. It's someone else. It's their responsibility. They have the problems. Their responsibility to speak up. You don't have to push the issue.
Agreed. It is their responsibility, not yours.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what's the next question?
Period. Let me see. Okay. How do you explain change if the actions haven't shown enough?
How do you, yeah, right. Repeat that again.
How do you explain change if the actions, I guess you would say, aren't reflecting it?
Well, who are you explaining it to?
I guess whoever needs to see you change. I'm not quite. So I'm assuming the question means, how do you explain you've changed if maybe your actions don't show it? Well,
then you haven't changed.
Your actions gotta reflect it.
Yeah, there's no change.
Yeah. Your actions
you can't explain change, because to me, if you know, that's like saying sorry.
That's too many words.
Yeah,
that's too many
you
words.
say you apologize, but then you do it again. Like you really didn't mean that. So no, that's not change. You can't explain it. I want to see it. You don't explain nothing to me. I'd rather see it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Actually, that's actually the answer right there. You can't explain change. Change is revealed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yep. So if you ain't changing, it's going to show.
Oh, so
it's going to show, baby.
Freudian still says it depends on who's measuring your change. Are you changing for someone or yourself?
Good stuff.
Well, that is good.
Oh, well, again, that's really good.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, if you're changing for yourself, no one's opinion matters, because the change always starts within and then it blossoms on the outside. Absolutely. But if you're changing for someone else, especially if it's because of a particular situation, your actions should reflect that, because then that would help restore their trust or their faith in whatever y'all bond is.
That was a good way to explain it. Yep, I agree.
Because you should be changing for yourself anyway. You're not really changing for anybody else.
Exactly.
But you want to look in the mirror and see it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you want to look in the mirror and see the same old you. Like, when you know you're just doing all this work.
And a lot of times when you change for another person, those changes don't last long.
They don't, because it's not authentic.
They're temporal. Yeah, they're temporal. They don't last long.
Desiree said, what if you're married and your spouse is changing and it's supposed to be on the right path, and now the finger is pointed at you like you are the problem? Oh, wow. That's kind of heavy there. Let me see. What if you are married? Did y'all see that question? Y'all need to see that?
Yeah.
What if you are married and your spouse is
everybody stumped?
That's a little packed up. That's a
that's a loaded question there too.
I could take a stab at it while you ladies are thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say, if your spouse is changing on what they're saying is the right path, or what they feel like is the right path, but now they have directed their attention on you being like the problem or their problem, because that's what it sounds like she's saying. That would be very selfish of them,
right?
Because like your work is just that. Because God forbid anything could happen to you tomorrow, and are they still going to be doing the work? And is there still a problem? Like their change should be for them in their personal journey. I mean, I guess I would really just kind of get to the bottom of what exactly, and not saying that you have to bend to their will, but what exactly are they referring to? Like, what is this problem about you or what you're doing? And then just kind of, go from there.
Yeah, because it sounds like their change was predicated on a "I told you so" or look at me and look at you now.
And look at you.
That moment. Yeah,
and that's unfair. And don't make that bully you into being what they want to be. Everybody's changed. This journey on life is hella personal. Even if you decide to attach yourself to someone,
say that, Chris.
That's
Come
very,
on.
very personal. Like
Yeah.
your two different experiences brought to you to where you are now. It's just like when they say you've been eating shitty for 10 years, you're not going to lose the weight in a year. It takes dedication, it takes discipline, it takes intention. It's different. So it would be unfair for them to throw that on you.
Yeah.
It is unfair.
Mm-hmm.
Because if a person is changing for the better, why would they want to put you down because they now feel like you're not changing to whatever their standards are? That's unfair. That's unfair.
Now we need to add that to the list of things they need to change.
So it's like, especially if we're a unit, like we're a unit because we're married. So you know, we got to work this thing out together.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
There should be no fingers pointing.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
There should be no fingers pointing. So that's something that, you know, that's
I agree.
Tough.
That's good.
Tough.
Yeah. And what I feel like is always effective, if you want people to follow you or to take seriously what you're doing, then lead by example. Yeah. And leading by example is not finger pointing and like browbeating people. That never works. It never works.
It doesn't.
I'm changing and look at you. You over there. Come on, that's not cool. Because then are you really changing?
Yeah. And resentment starts to set in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Joanne.
Now I'm looking at you sideways. Yeah.
That's how they felt from the jump.
Yeah.
Because I don't think change is something that you need to brag about. Like, I don't think that's, you know, oh, look at me, I'm doing this, and look at you, you're not. Like, that's, you know, that's not a space that you're supposed to be in if you're changing.
It's very childlike.
It's changing is humility. You got to be humble. You got to humble yourself.
Yeah.
You got to humble yourself.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So I hope we helped you with your question, Desiree.
Yeah. and guess what? And if you're on a journey together with your spouse, partner, or whoever, and they feel, you know, that they're making changes and strides, if they love you and are in love with you, then their grace will carry you through. It'll make you want to be better. It'll make you want to do things the right way and things like that.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's see. That was probably,
Do we have any more questions?
Any other questions? I don't have any more written down.
I think that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
I was giving Dear Abby.
Yeah, okay.
Dear Soul Care Sisters.
I think we have to do this often.
Yeah,
we got to do a show like this.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll do this at the end of every season.
Yeah, I like that.
However long we go, you know, we do this at the end of every season or whenever you want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. That's what I'm going through. He's saying that he's doing better and I'm still in the same place. And when I ask questions, I'm the problem. Exactly. And that's what I'm getting.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're going through that.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
If you want to follow up with any of us on Instagram in the inbox, let us know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We can hold space for you, but that right there is something. It sounds like his heart posture needs to change.
Mm-hmm.
And you are not going to be able to physically do that for him. He'll have to want to. So, I mean, if you believe in the power of prayer, I would pray for him. Pray for his heart.
Yeah.
God change his heart, you know, for me and for our situation, because it just sounds a little childish.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You are welcome. Oh. So this is our last episode for the new year. We'll be back in the new year.
Yeah.
So, I'm feeling like they want us back. They want us back, y'all. But listen, we have an entire network. So, but we are doing something in January, the summit. That's going to be a private event though. But if you like what you see here and you want to consider donating to the show, please donate to PayPal at RGaysII, or proceeds go to the operating cost of this network. Please go like and subscribe. Go follow us on YouTube and also on Instagram. We all have our individual Instagrams. I am Michelle _with1_ELL. And
I am at the All Natural Experience.
And I am at Crystals _R forever, and Crystals is with a K.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining us, and
we love you guys.
See you
Yes.
next season.
Thank you so much for your love and support and how you been sharing the videos and the comments. We are we're growing and learning every single day we go. And you know, Michelle called us to be a part of this. Because you know we're just in it together. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank
and
you.
we missing out JL, but she'll be back too in the new year too.
Yes.
We love you, Lay.
We love you, Lay.
So care. Shout out to So Care. We love y'all.
We love y'all.